Hi everybody, welcome to the Todd and Erin Daily Stream.
You know, I always love stories about brothers and family who spend time together, especially in prison. We'll tell you about that in a minute. Here's the video.
Yeah.
Hi everyone, it's Todd here, and a lot of you ask, hey Todd, why don't you ever get anything done? It's because I'm distracted easily. I've been on the internet. I fell upon, pickles. Pickles led me to coleslaw. Coleslaw led me to sauerkraut. Sauerkraut? I've never made sauerkraut before. You want to make sauerkraut? Let's do it. First thing to do is cut the cabbage up in 1/4-inch slices. Shall we do that? This is boring. Let's make it quick. Ta-da! All right, now what we need to do is put this in a bowl. We're going to put it in a bowl because we're going to add the salt on top of it, and we're going to massage the cabbage. This is an adult show, by the way. Massage the cabbage with some sea salt. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put about a tablespoon in there like this. We're going to massage the water out of it. All right? We'll be right back. All right, so I've been doing this for about 10 minutes. What you're trying to do is break it down, and you can hear the noise. You're breaking it down on a cellular level. How's that? All right, so I think this is about done. And you're trying to get most of the water out so the fermentation can take place. All right, that's good. We need a jar like that.
All right, here is the jar. We're going to start filling it with our cabbage. And I didn't know this, but I thought there was vinegar in sauerkraut, but evidently there's not. It's just its own fermentation. 2% salt solution, so that's what? 4 cups of unchlorinated water with a teaspoon of salt, not iodized salt, sea salt. What you do is you pack it in here, and then you have to pack it down and get as much air out as you can. I always thought there was vinegar in this, but there's not. So you just keep packing it up, packing it up, packing it up. One of the important things it told me, it warned me about, was make sure that you don't screw the lid on all the way, because this ferments. This is going on top of your countertop, so as it ferments, gases will be released. Much like when you eat sauerkraut, more gases will be released. And the other thing is to make sure that you get about 2 inches from the top. 2 inches from the top, like that. Because you can't have anything sticking out of the liquid. Now, there's not a lot of liquid in here, and that's why you make the brine solution. So I'm going to call that good. And now I'm going to add the brining solution till it covers, like this. Now, just to make sure, look at the bubbles coming out. Look at that. Just like it's supposed to. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of the cores that I cut out of the cabbage, and I'm going to put them in there just to make sure that it keeps the other cabbage down underneath the solution, like that. Then I put the top on loosely, and we are good to go. We sit it on the countertop for 3 days, and then we have sauerkraut. But wait, then I got distracted again. And I thought to myself, if cabbage works, why not Brussels sprouts? I'll spare you the cutting. Wait a minute, the cutting part was way too fun. All right, let's go. There you go. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm not going to break these down in the salt solution, which is probably a huge mistake, but I'm not going to anyway because I'm kind of tired. And by the way, thanks for all the comments in the last video. I know someone suggested this is like cooking lessons on meth because I go kind of fast, but let's just review why I'm doing this, okay? So you've got your cabbage, you've got your salt that you put in, you beat it up in the bowl, and you break it down. When you're done doing that, 8 to 10 minutes, then you then put it in the jar. Any extra room on top without liquid, you go ahead and you add a 2% salt solution, which is 2% salt and non-chlorinated water, 4 cups of that. You fill it to the top just over the cabbage, or in this case, Brussels sprouts, and then you just pour it in, get it up over the top, make sure nothing is above the liquid, leave 2 inches on top, and then cover it gently, I say gently, with a loose lid on your countertop for 3 days, and after that you can put it into your refrigerator. And that is cabbage without vinegar. We'll see if it works out. I'm not liable for any of this, so just be careful.
So, 3 brothers in prison.
Well, this is a pretty epic story, and I don't know why. Utah Attorney General's office, they have the Secure Strike Force team, which is pretty cool, Secure Strike Force. And they got word about
Street smart.
strange things going on in a house in Kearns, and so they checked it for a while, and then, of course, arrested the guys. Eduardo Vasquez, 32, 16 felonies, and then his brothers Emmanuel and Juan Pablo, also charged with multiple counts of fraudulent documents and felonies. And
You're working it.
Now, this is the thing. They were all standing up there in court. They've been charged. And the judge goes, why on earth would you do this?
What? Do what?
All these massive amounts of crimes.
Because they're criminals.
And Eduardo looked at him and said with complete seriousness, well, we enjoy spending time together as a family.
That's it?
Okay. That was his defense. When they said, why did you do a massive amount of mail fraud and theft, identity theft? It's because they enjoyed spending time together as a family.
You know there's fishing, right? It's a little more relaxed.
Or there's draining people's bank accounts.
Have you seen this elementary school kid? University of Tennessee. He lives in the area. They're showing pride for the university football team.
Oh, they're hardcore.
So the color is yellow. So he's yellow, and he goes, "I'm psyched," and he was like all behind it, and his family's like, "You go," and stuff. And so he took a piece of paper. He had a yellow T-shirt, and he wrote UT on it, University of Tennessee, and he's like 5. So it looks like he's 5. It's a big U and sort of colored in. And then over here the T, it's kind of colored in, a couple squiggles here and there.
And then just pinned it to his shirt and like, I'm ready. This is
He pinned
Spirit
it
Day.
to his shirt. He went to school.
Sweet.
And they bullied him and they picked on him. Well, next thing you know, it makes its way to Facebook.
His teacher actually, I think, was the one that posted it saying, this was such a cool thing. And this kid...
It was such a cool thing.
I guess she cried. He said he cried for 5 days.
Oh my
gosh. He
gosh.
let go of it.
So, other people kind of liked his shirt.
Like, well, okay.
And someone started a campaign. So during the first game with Tennessee, the entire band wore the yellow shirt with his graphic on it, right? And then they said, wait a minute, we should set this up online. So you could do pre-order. And they did that. They sold 16,000 shirts.
It crashed the university's website. It was awesome. And the proceeds are going to go to stomp out bullying. But the school's administrator even showed a picture of the shirt and she's wearing it. She's like, I'm so proud of these guys.
16,000. And if I said 1,600, you would have been impressed. But I said 16,000 shirts.
And his teacher said, once I showed him all of the reaction and all of the support that he'd been getting online, she said he had a huge smile on his face. He walked taller and he wore his shirt again the next day.
That's crazy.
I love that.
16,000 people have a heart.
Tell me you would not have done that, though. I would like, if I had been aware, I would have done that on principle, because that is freaking awesome.
So this event that's coming up, Women of Worth.
Women of Worth. This is a very special thing to me because these are women in peril. Their families, they're in terrible peril. It could be violence. It could be a myriad of other things. But whatever it is, WOW is the group of Women of Worth who steps in and they help these women. And now it's not just even a matter of perhaps even finding housing or rehab or rescuing them from a violent situation.
Or polygamy.
It goes, there's some stories there that will curl your hair.
Holy mackerel.
But what they do is they then have somebody who is their mentor, and they follow them over the
Right.
next year, and there's
They work with
classes,
them,
and
right.
they say, let's get you set, and they make sure that they have the things they need. They introduce them to people. They make sure their kids are in the right schools.
Right.
And at the end of this year, these women, they said almost all of them want to turn around and be mentors for the next round.
And November 9th, they have an event coming up. Ketchy is going to be there. Ketchy, does it ring a bell to you?
Is it America's Got Talent?
America's Got Talent. She was one of the 2 survivors in 2005 of an airline crash. Severe burns. Now you probably remember her from America's Got Talent. Incredible vocalist. Incredible. And now a motivational speaker. And she's going to be there, and
So
your
there's a
chance to meet her.
VIP meet and greet, and those are limited, I guess. If you want to mention Todd and Erin at checkout when you buy your tickets for the gala, and it is going to be amazing. You will walk out of that place feeling like you could lift the building. Then all you have to do is when you go online to wowutah.org, mention Todd and Erin at checkout. You'll get $10 off a ticket. But I just think this is such an inspiring thing because you need to know there's change.
That's
that is
cool.
possible.
Felicity Huffman.
Speaking of, wow.
What? Her counterpart in this.
Well, you may remember this is, of course, the huge Ivy League cheating scandal. And
Right.
Felicity Huffman was one of the wealthy and famous parents like Lori Loughlin that
Right.
paid to get their kids' ACT tests done, so that SAT tests, because they're one of those acronyms.
Initials.
Because her kid wasn't making it. And so
She wanted to get her in the Ivy school, and so she went ahead and she paid money, but not as much as the other person. Do you know the other person's name?
Lori Loughlin.
Yes, Loughlin. And Loughlin is now, after watching Huffman get 14 days in jail,
14 days
she's
in
like,
jail.
okay, I shouldn't have made a plea deal because I have to spend a lot longer in prison than she does. And
Lori Loughlin spent a lot of money.
she got one of those,
Well, there's
and
the-
now they're wondering, I should have gone with a judge.
Well, it's funny because her attorneys are like, we'd like her to spend her time at this jail because apparently it's a very nice one in Alameda County. As nice as a prison can be, I guess. But you're allowed to sunbathe on the weekend if you wear shorts and a shirt. You can stay up late and you can spend $1,000 a month at the commissary. I haven't been to a prison commissary, but I'm wondering what you're spending that much money on. And hers was not as horrific, but she spent thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars to get her kid into the right place. Well, she has now been fined exactly double what she spent to get her kid in there, and she's got all the public community
And what did she
service.
say? What was her final statement?
Her final statement, which totally cracked me up, was she goes, I just wanted to give my daughter a fair shot. So here's the question I have.
14 days. 14 days.
We've heard a
Your
lot.
kid worked for 14 years to achieve a grade average that they could go to school, and you as parents saved
Put the second
for
mortgage on the
all
house.
of that time.
Yeah.
All of that time. And she took your place. How does that grab you?
Here's one thing, though, that's killing me. They mentioned this with Felicity Huffman of Desperate Housewives. Remember, her husband is William H. Macy. Fantastic
Love him.
actor. He's in Fargo. He's on Shameless on HBO.
Right.
Lori Loughlin's husband, who I guess is Italian, a very expensive designer.
Mm-hmm.
Neither one of them got charged. Neither one of the dads got charged. Now, I just want to point something out. Yeah, you suck, both of you. Felicity, Lori, you know better. Why didn't the guys get charged?
I don't know.
Why is it only the women are taking the fall? Because don't tell me for 1 second that the guys went, hey, I just noticed this $150,000 hole in our bank account. And that's for flowers or something, right?
Right.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
They knew. So why are only the wives the ones taking the fall for this?